The swimming is going to be very tough. It's the longest and largest amount of swimming I've ever done.
Mentalmente me pareció un desafío enorme, sobre todo las nataciones nocturnas y las nataciones largas.
The navigating at night in that cold water is going to be scary.
I mean, think about it. Like, the dark is where nightmares are, right? And we're going to be swimming through our nightmares.
One of the toughest races in the world.
Not all teams will cross the finish line in this race.
I could push through anything for my teammates.
It is an experiment because no one knows what's going to happen.
The distance from Arholma to Landsort, it's about 250 km. And the Stockholm Archipelago, that's about 30,000 islands. You need to pass water, and swimming is a big part of that. It's about 50 km of swimming.
When you're out there swimming in the nature and not in a pool where it's flat and everything's controlled, there you'll just have to let nature take over. You're going to get pushed around by the waves and the wind and the currents, and you've just got to be stronger than you think you possibly can be in the water there.
In the pool, you know what you're getting. You can monitor your technique. But out in open water, you need to be able to breathe to both sides, as well as sight your landmarks. Because in a current, different conditions, you might get blown off course. You need to be able to pop your head up and make sure you're staying on your direction mark and not get moved around from that.
Being a lead swimmer, you sit at the front of the three swimmers, and you're essentially leading the team and sighting where we need to get to between each checkpoint or each island.
The most important thing about the lead swimmer in a team is that their job is to swim the shortest possible, so they have to really have a good navigation in the water, which is a very hard thing to do, but also they're breaking the water for their teammates behind them, so they're going to have it a little bit tougher, but then it makes it easier for their teammates behind them.
Using a swimming paddle increases the surface area of your catch. So when you're catching the water, it's apart from your hand, you've basically doubled the area of your hand that you're catching the water with. Another part of the mandatory kit is a pool buoy. It basically sits between your legs. That's used to float your legs because you're swimming with your shoes on. Each team member is connected with a tether. It's a safety requirement of the race. If someone's tired or needs a break or just doesn't have the energy, the tether will actually stretch to full capacity and you'll basically pull that swimmer through the water. The one water race, you're in this suit for 50 plus hours, so it's why picking the suit for yourself is really important, and as the race goes on it gets more and more uncomfortable.
You can get some chafing along your neck. That in salt water isn't really nice, especially when you're going in and out of the water. So when you first jump in and it'll be the middle of the night and you have cuts all over your neck, that's not going to be too fun.
Mucho está bien.
If everyone had the perfect gear, it'd sort of take away an element of the race that gives you memories for a few days after.
My emotions are great, but the body, it's falling apart.
Hopefully we find out that we've got some long runs instead of long swims towards the end.
We definitely say that one water race is 100% a sufferfest.
To be in the water in rough sea, it's like a roller coaster.
You're doing well. You should keep moving though, right?
One part of the race that was really tough for me was when I got seasick and I threw up a fair bit at one of the checkpoints. I didn't realise at the time what it was until after the fact, but yeah, we'd been swimming in the pitch black with no reference point, and there was a bit of swell, and we were very sleepy and tired and fatigued, so it was probably inevitable at some point that we were going to get seasick.
Yeah, I think if you get seasick, it's hard to cope with. You just need to get your feet on a solid ground again. There's not much you can do when you're out there in the middle of a swim, so it's just suck it up and get to the other side as quickly as you can.
The biggest challenge will definitely be Danziget. It's 6.5 k's of swimming in open water and probably at nighttime, pitch black.
It's kind of this like this mythical thing that you know is going to happen at the end of the race, and there's no way around it.
Last year it took the teams about 3 hours.
I don't know that I can swim that much anymore. My arms really hurting.
This is the part of the course or the race that the racers fear the most, for sure, no doubt. Danziget is hell.
So Danziget was one of the reasons that we decided that it was in our best interest to stop.
I had some thoughts about Danziget. It was this big, long swim that comes after 2 days and nights, and you can't really stop there. Then the race will be over.
Danziget was definitely the pinnacle of the course, and it took a lot of energy to get through that. But once we finished it, we knew that we could make the finish line.
You fucking done it though, haven't you? How's your longest swim ever, Rob? Just did 6.3 kilometres. This is a warm apple and cinnamon porridge. Share it around.
The swimming is the most difficult part of the race, because if you have difficult weather, you can add at least 10 hours to the finish time.
Adriel, you're going to the wrong island. Keep right.
The people that tell me that I'm crazy, I try to tell them to go out and find their own crazy.